Hey y'all, my name's Chelsea and I'm so excited you're here. Welcome to the channel, Chelsea's Chapters. Okay, so I'm going to start reorganizing my bookshelves and I'm going to do a fiction pile and a nonfiction pile to get started. And I've got the equivalent to a Hallmark movie, but it's on Amazon Prime on in the background. It's about a writer who apparently ends up staying at a prince's house. So we all know how that's going to end. Okay, so this is the before I've touched it. So you're going to see some things that do not belong. Dog bone, shoes, wallet, keys. Don't even know what was in this box, to be honest. Motor oil. And I don't think I showed you up there. Just some random things. Okay, update. I've done the other side. Forgot to film it. Whoops, I'm an amateur. That is all nonfiction and that is fiction. I kind of expected it to be like that. That's why that basket, the bigger one, was chosen for nonfiction. And then I also forgot that I was going to need a pile for Arabic books because I don't know if this is fiction or nonfiction. So I'm going to ask my husband later. And then I found this Chinese book hiding in there. I cannot read Chinese, but I have studied it. So. I've never read this one, so I don't know if it's fiction or nonfiction. Okay, it's nonfiction. At least that's what I think from just skimming the back, so don't come at me if I'm wrong. Lightly. All right, more Arabic and another Chinese stuck in. I'm pretty sure this is fiction. More Chinese?
One eternity later.
All right, so these are all of my nonfiction books. Those right there are Chinese. Let's see, whoops. And then those are Arabic. And then those are fiction. So now I think what I'll do is separate the fiction because that's more manageable and put those down here at this end. And then what I plan to do with the nonfiction is have them in different genres like you would in a library, and I'll start on that end with that. So let's see how it goes.
Meanwhile.
So I found this at an antique mall type place in the next town over, and it was only $10. And I've spent a good bit of time in China, and so I got it. And I've been wanting to put it out on display, but it's just been too big for the spot that I wanted it to be. So I've actually forgotten to film most of this, but this is how the shelves look now. And we're gonna add the books back to them. Okay, that was pretty easy so far. I think. It makes sense to me, and in my own home library, that's what matters. I'm the only one reading these books, really. So I'm gonna have a fantasy section. I'm gonna have, this is an allegory, right? So I'm gonna have an allegory section. I've got a Southern section, and I've got a general fiction section, and I've got Christian / historical fiction. I guess these should go in general fiction too. I don't know. I know these are both classics, so that's why I'm hesitant to put these in with general fiction. So I'm going to keep them separate for a minute. This one, I don't know what to do. It is My Grandmother's Stories, Folk Tales from Dhofar. So this is about Omani culture, but it's not written in Arabic. So I'm not going to put it with the Arabic books. So I don't really know. I'm going to just put it in general fiction. And if my husband thinks it should be somewhere else, then I'll move it there. Okay, this one can either go in fiction or nonfiction because it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's got 7 books within this book. What is that? Interesting. Memento. Okay. So this has got definitely Mere Christianity would be nonfiction, but Screwtape Letters is fiction because it's like a demon talking to another demon. So I'm gonna just leave it with fiction, and that way both of these C.S. Lewis books can be next to each other. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is alphabetize them by the author's last name within their section or genre.
Listen, I am.
Oh, and I guess the way that I'm gonna do the genres will be alphabetical too, like classic first because it starts with a C. Well, I guess allegory, and then classic, and then, you know, everything else. Okay. I'm not loving this so far.
Because the colors.
Yeah. It doesn't look very good.
Can you snap?
What do you think?
Beautiful.
I may just do, well, the other thing I don't like is I have like historical and Christian fiction, then I've got general fiction, but Mr. Beale has some in both categories, and I would rather all of his be together.
Right.
I know that's not how rural libraries work, but so I might reorganize it already. Okay, this is what I've done with my fiction section so far, and I didn't realize that there were so few books that it would only take up one shelf. I really thought that it would like trickle down, and so I really want that to be separate from the nonfiction. And if I start the nonfiction over there, it's gonna go like shoo. And so I want the nonfiction to end before the fiction. So I'm actually gonna move all of this down to this shelf. And what I'm getting from this is I need more fiction. I actually forgot I had this stack of books that I hadn't necessarily like put out like I liked when I had it by color, and so I just moved them. So I'm gonna put these out. That's fiction, nonfiction, fiction, nonfiction. Okay, this is not my book, so I'm not gonna do anything with that. This is actually fiction. I got that for my husband for free, and that's nonfiction. Okay, so we got some more fiction, just a few more. But I think this might help that look a little more full. So let's put these up. Now I'm going to begin the monumental task of sorting all of these. This is all of my nonfiction. I normally do read a lot of like Christian nonfiction. I guess they would be called self-help, but that's kind of like, that kind of doesn't go with Christianity. Like it's all about God changing you. So anyway, maybe transformational nonfiction, or maybe just religious nonfiction. So I've got a lot of that, but I know I've got some cookbooks and like decorative books and things like that. So I'm going to go through these now. Beth Moore, love her, haven't read this one. And my movie has run out, so, and I have no idea what happened. I'm sure they ended up together, so I'm gonna look for a different one. I never do this. Like, I never just have a movie on in the background anymore, because I never do anything like this that's this mindless for this long, I guess. So it's kind of fun, but I don't know. I gotta pick something fast, because my husband just took my daughter to the grocery store, and I want to get a lot done before they get back. All right, here's a Christmas one about something in New York, so I'm gonna love it, because I really like New York. I'm having a problem over here because you can see the space exists, and I need more books there, but I don't necessarily want to put more, like a different genre there. I think I'm gonna try cookbooks. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. I'm honestly hesitant to put more on this shelf because I do have some more cookbooks, and I've got this one that I think would look really nice, but it's very heavy, and this is a very heavy plate, and I mean, these are IKEA shelves. Nothing against them, but I don't want to overburden the shelf, so I'm gonna stop right now and over here, and then maybe I'll go back to it later. But I think this section is generally okay, or at least we're on the way there. I tried to like stick with the sections a lot, and it kind of bothers me that the books are at such varying heights, but I wanted to do them section by section. So we'll see what wins out, the practicality of knowing where everything is or the design choices. So I think what I'm gonna do next are these, because they're kind of random. I'm just gonna say that they're special interests. I've got a science book. I've got, oops, that's the same one. A book about manners, which is kind of funny to flip through. I've got a book about publishing, clicker training for dogs, fly fishing, and then something about open water diving. So this is obviously my husband's, but oh, this isn't even really a book. I mean, it is. This is more of a workbook, I think. Well, I'll still put it out for now, and then I'll see if he wants it at his desk later. He hadn't wanted it in the last 2 years, or yeah, 2 years, so he probably doesn't. I'm gonna add 2 things of Southern culture here because there's only 2, so it's too small of a section to have its own.
I'm sure.
And earlier I had this up here, so I might stick it up there again and see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't like all the brown. Now that I had yellow up there, and so the brown was kind of like going with the yellow, but I don't like it. It's too much brown.
It's
This is gonna go down here.
Buddy, I think it's so large for TV, right?
This is a very heavy bowl from my childhood.
Good. No. Bad. Now best.
No, I don't like that.
That.
No, brown. Oops. Sorry, Michael. I don't like that either. Okay, I may continue with books here, like autobiographies or biographies or something.
2.
Okay, now I'm gonna do parenting, childbirth and parenting.
That for a 7-year-old. I remember.
It's so hard not to talk about books while I'm putting them up. This one is so good. This one I haven't read, but I'm excited to. Actually, I just found this.
Get that. This.
I think I can work with this. Okay, I think I got it fixed. It's just gonna be a weird order. Reference, and then like Southern reference, decorative, cookbooks, special interest, parenting, and then dictionaries, or I don't know if those are dictionaries or thesauruses. So next I'm gonna do the autobiographies, biographies, and memoirs. All right, I'm back. I've got Brazilian lemonade that my husband made. It is very good. It has What does it have? Condensed milk. That's what I was thinking was the like special ingredient. And I can imagine it's very, very good, very sweet. It tastes like key lime pie in a drink form. But okay, I've got big piles of books, and my daughter accidentally dropped the can of Pledge on her foot earlier, and I don't want her to drop any of these on her little foot. So I'm gonna try to do this pretty quick, and maybe I'll end up rearranging them later. But this is gonna be my Christian growth section. Actually, I just realized I need to go through all of these and get them in the right stacks. I decided to put most of my devotionals in this cabinet under here. So I'm gonna do that. Then these are my husband's, and they're like notes that he took, field notes. So I'm gonna send those back. I'm gonna send those back to his office, probably. Otherwise, I've just got these. I've got these like coffee table books that I can display maybe, and then I've got a few more books that are just gonna be in the office too. That are mine. And then my husband, he teaches at a high school. These are his annuals. Those are probably gonna be these decorative ones. And this one is special to us. It's called The Hive and the Honeybee. My husband is a beekeeper, and one of our neighbors found this, and it's from a long time ago, and I think it's beautiful. And so I'll probably keep this one on display as well. So I'm realizing I don't have a whole lot of shelving space for all of these books, but we're gonna see what we can do. Okay, here we go with the alphabetization. Okay, I don't know how I didn't realize this. I read this in college, and I didn't realize that this guy and his wife and this guy are the same. And I really liked this book, and I like whenever I hear him on a podcast. So I might go back and read this again. I think at the time I thought that the idea was a little weird. Like, I don't know, it's talking about how much worth you have in Christ as a woman, and that was kind of the first time I had ever heard that, and so it was kind of hard for me to accept. But now, almost 15 years later, that might be something good to look back at. Another John Eldridge. I'm realizing that some of these books were by John Eldridge, and I didn't know who he was. This was from 2009. That's why my sister gave me this one. Wow, I just did not connect his earlier pieces with his more recent pieces for some reason. I didn't know who he was at the time. This book is so beautiful. I might put this one on display because I used to have it on my coffee table. This one and the Napier's book, Ben and Ari Napier, but I don't have anything on my coffee table right now. And if you're a mom, you know why. We actually know this guy. We met him in Memphis. I have not read the book, but that's kind of cool. And we didn't meet him at a book conference or anything. It was just like a group of friends. So it's really neat. And this guy is one of my husband's old professors. Wasn't Dr. Davidson one of your professors?
Yeah.
Okay. This is also John Eldridge. I cannot believe this. I have so many of his books. Well, not so many, but I have 4. And I just don't know why it never clicked that it was him. He has really helped me a lot. Like, I think it was this book, or maybe I was listening to him talk about this book on a podcast, and it was very, like, key, instrumental to a decision I was making at the time. So I have a lot of respect for him, and I didn't know I had so many of his books.
This is my new favorite pen. Until I start writing with it. It has a like measurement and then it has a level.
Oh.
It works with your iPad.
Oh. What? Did the school give you all that?
When we did the CPR training.
Oh. Yep. That makes it worth it. This is a friend's and I haven't read it, and I got it from her like 4 years ago, but I still want to read it. I just haven't. Boarding pass. Her boarding pass. Funny. I'm trying to find the year. It just says the month and the date, but not the year. Oh, but it has, no, I was gonna say it had her maiden name, but it doesn't. This is a devotional book, so I'm gonna put this in the cabinet in a second. I've got them loosely divided up. Now I'm gonna get them more accurately divided. I can't believe I only have 2 Beck Moore books, and I haven't even read this one. I just got this because it was a good deal. But I do have a lot of her Bible studies, and I've read a lot of her books. I guess just from the library. Okay, this is just very satisfying. Oops, my phone's on the charger. Isn't that so satisfying? To see all your books alphabetized? Well, all of your nonfiction Christian books alphabetized? Which are the ones that I read the most of. I'm gonna say I'm gonna keep this area light because this one's heavy. Have books like all across the top here, and then books all on this shelf, and then have these light. So we'll see. And I don't know how I'm gonna end up decorating this. That's going pretty well. I just remembered I have like 5 books that I'm currently reading or have just finished reading. So it's gonna kind of make it a little bit off balance, but most of them are from this section, I think. So I'm just not gonna fill it up too much. I think I have some here actually. Okay, that's all of them. I'm shocked that there's that much space. Maybe put this up here. Because I'm out of those things that keep the books up.
Can I open my eyes?
Yes.
Wow.
What do you think?
It's really good. It looks more like us now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it better than when it was color coordinated. Now it looks more like a house library.
Good.
Yeah, before it looked more like a staged.
Yeah. I don't know if I like it better. I think I like it better this way. It's definitely growing on me. But I'm pretty happy with the decorative elements too. Mostly, I think this side is okay. I've got to pass him. And then this side, I'm not happy with. Do you see that area by the China book? Mm-hmm. I feel like there's too much white space back there. Mm. But I don't know what to do to fill it. I've tried different things. And then I'm not totally sure about this shelf either.
What about our picture down there, the big one?
Okay, maybe so, because those are the 2 that I'm not quite sure about. Yeah. So yeah, I'm happy. I like how I have like all of the authors together, so I can easily look and see like, oh, I've read these books of hers or whatever. And even though I've read some from the library too, it's nice to have them together.
Yeah.
Okay, here are my bookcases about 2 weeks later, and I've made some changes. This section was lacking some books, and those were all the Arabic books we had, but there was this awkward hole, so I just put some books about the Middle East there as well. And then we've got mostly books about China up here, and then 1 book about the Middle East. Actually, yeah, 1, and then the Mediterranean table. Then we've got the special interest section, and I can't remember, this was here and I didn't think I was going to move it, but it's up there, and I think I'm going to keep it that way. This is the biography section. The mantle is pretty clear, doesn't always look like that, and then that stayed the same. This is Christian living nonfiction. This one changed a good bit. And then that's Christian Living Continued. Hey! Then we've got, whoops. We've got, a few books by an author that we know personally. He actually married us. And then we've got
Ooh.
fiction.
I think that was by Francis.
So that's how it looks.